Well, good morning everyone. Just did our brake check here. I'm not sure where I left my sunglasses. Okay, we'll put the visor down. I've got to run with my windows open because I've got the defrost on full air speed and full heat. We'll turn it down a bit for now. As we're going into the valley, maybe I don't need the windows open. So how's everyone doing? Happy Friday. Where I'm doing the same run again. This is the third time I'm doing this load this week. We're headed, we're on Highway 3. Jake brakes on here. Have my Jake brakes off because, well, look at the weather. As we're heading down over here, it's a lot more traction, so Jake brakes on. We're on Highway 3, headed down into Rock Creek. I think it's called Rock Creek. I don't know why I had to think about that. Got a hairpin corner here that I see big rigs rolled every now and then. I'm running empty from Penticton to Klesnikoff, which is in Thrums, BC, or just north of Castlegar. And we're having a day very much like yesterday. I am running about 20 minutes earlier than yesterday. It only took 2 hours to unload, and I showed up late. I should have shown up even later, but at least I got a little bit more hours. Did make it home yesterday. That was kind of nice. I didn't think I was going to, but I didn't fuel up, so I'm just over a quarter tank, so I'll be fine getting to Klesnikoff, get loaded there, and then I'll go probably, well, we'll see how much fuel I got left then. Either fuel up in Castlegar itself or Grand Forks. When you're empty, you can come down this hill pretty darn quick. Just have to think ahead where the 80 is and where the 50 is. Start slowing down. And usually I can do it without touching the brakes, even running at a higher speed. Oh, missed a shift there. Automatic does that every now and then. Every now and then it misses a shift. And the best way to fix that is just by tapping the brake, slow it down just enough to let it get its gear. If I hadn't missed the shift there, I wouldn't have had to touch the brakes. Set cruise control. Well, I have to actually turn it on first. There we go. I like setting cruise control through towns because it's so easy to speed in them. At least for me it is. So easy to speed. Rock Creek Trading Post. I hear they have really good pizza. One of these days I've got to stop and take a look. Big puddle here. If I was in a car, I'd worry about hydroplaning. That puddle I didn't even feel. Some of the bigger puddles, you feel a little tug on the steering wheel. Slush, you feel a little more tug. But in a rig, you don't feel the puddles as much as you do in a car. I guess that was an 80. Let's get going. supposed to be another 40 centimeters of snow today on the Paulson. That's a foot and a third. Over a foot of additional snow from what we already got the last 2 days. It's kind of raining down here. That's kind of nice. I should be able to make some good time here. Snowing like crazy on top of Anarchist. I was going to do a video there, but apparently my memory card was full, which is impossible. For the amount of videos I do, it's impossible to fill up a memory card in a week. So I must have hit record somewhere and just let it run. Must have recorded it. There's going to be a lot of useless video on that memory card. So at the brake check, after I did the brake check, I grabbed another memory card and threw it in there. So they're not recommending travel for Paulson and Kootenai Pass. They're saying travel not recommended. That was 100 there. Why am I not going 100? I'm talking to you guys and not looking at the speed limit sign. At least I'm going too slow instead of too fast. Distracted driving, huh? Alright, cruise control at 100. We're good to go. So I'm thinking we'll arrive at Klesnikov around 2 o'clock. I'll probably have to chain up. So I'll go with 2:15, because if it's mandatory chain up, look at that snowplow hit the puddles there. If it's mandatory chain up, slow down a bit for this corner. Don't have to slow down to 80 for this corner. It's silly to be 80. And the yellow speed limit signs are not legal signs anyway, they're just suggested speeds. Having said that, company policy is to go the speed limit of the suggested speeds. They are a little lenient on that, so some corners I'll go over the suggested speed because like that's ridiculous, that's 80. I think the only reason it's 80 is because of that intersection. If somebody just pulled onto the road and is slow, then it'd be easy to rear end them coming around the corner. But if you're a conscientious driver and paying attention, you should be able to see way ahead, paying attention. You see a car on the corner making the turn, you know, hey, there's a car that just made the corner. If I saw a car make the corner, I would slow down. I don't need a new hood ornament. I almost became a hood ornament for someone yesterday. It was this Dodge Ram that was on my bumper. I'm like, if I have to hit the brakes for anything, I'll be his hood ornament. It's like, why people fall that close is insane. Now last night it was snowing so hard and flakes, huge flakes. I've never seen flakes that big. I was going to say it was like baseball sized snowballs hitting the window, but more like ping pong. Ping pong sized snowballs hitting the window, and they'd be very fluffy, soft ping pongs, but that's how big flakes were hitting the window, and they were splatting just big splats that were bigger than a baseball. So it made it almost impossible to see the road. I could see one dashed line ahead of us. So visibility was darn near zero. So we're just crawling down the road. I just know these roads really well, and it was dark, so you could see lights far enough ahead that I could still drive, but there were people pulling over on the side, pullouts, and just going, nope, I'm done driving. I would have been done driving too if I didn't know these roads. Like, I'll just keep crawling until they'll get a lower altitude, it turned into rain, and then rain you can see through snow. Whoa, that's just thick, and it didn't last super long. Just that one area in Greenwood to Grand Forks, that area was just nasty. And all of these highways, like right here, everything was snow covered. The whole way home was snow covered until I got to Osoyoos. It's the first time I actually had some traction on the road. And that's why I didn't fuel up yesterday. Normally I like fueling up near the end of the day. I'm like so close out of hours. If I just keep going without fueling up, I can make it home. I could have fueled up today morning. Yeah, I could have. Would have been no harm in doing that. Remember to turn my jake brakes off once we get back up to the E-Holt, I'm guessing is where the snow is going to start. But no harm, I can fuel up after we get the load, and if I run out of hours, who cares? If I get to Cleedon, even if I'm an hour away from home, even 2 hours away from home, I can do deferred hours. This load's not due till Monday morning, so I'm going to have all of Saturday and Sunday off. Even if I don't do deferred hours, I can drive Saturday morning. I would prefer to get home. It'd be nice to be home for 2 full days. That doesn't happen very often. Always make sure we slow down to 70 on this corner because big rigs have gone off of that. It is a tight corner. I really think they should do a better job with those suggested speed limit signs. Because unless you know the road, you don't know which ones are real and which... Actually, there's one coming down Anarchist into Osoyoos. It says 50. If I do 50 around that corner, it feels like we're out of control and gonna wipe out. I always do 40. So that one is, that's the only one that I know of offhand that the number is too high. And then there's a couple that the numbers are too low, so you can't rely on them. So luckily I know these roads pretty much inside out. I've driven them so many times, even before becoming a truck driver. And then in the last 6 months now? 5-6 months? 5.5 maybe? I don't know how long I've been trucking now. We've driven this highway so often. I knew it well before I started trucking. Now I know it inside and out. Inside and out. Inside out? Sure. It is beautiful though. I love the fresh snowfall. Even more so when the road's actually clear. I don't know what happened with their prediction that they said that the snowfall is going to turn into rain on the pulse, and because it's not turning into rain, it's still snowing like crazy up there. Checked at the webcam in the morning. Yep, there is a lot of snow up there. And then you add 40 centimeters to that. And thanks to our snow removal program being privatized, they only run so often, no matter how hard the rain or how much snow there is. They don't have the budget to run. They have to still make money, right? So I think they should have a loophole the government could use. If all of a sudden it's a really bad year, the government should be able to say, here's a bonus, not a bonus, but here's additional funds to the private company. We want you to run additional runs this year because it's a nasty year. Of course, that would leave the door open for a lot of backroom deals of, hey, if you give us that bonus, I'll give you a, you know. It could lead to corruption having loopholes like that. Midway. Why is it named Midway? Is it midway between what, Grand Forks and the Soyuz? A logging truck coming on. There's a chip truck parked there too. Where is our 100 speed limit? There it is. Every second counts. I guess, I don't know, I always debate what's more important. Speeding up to 100 between that short little, I didn't get to 100, I got to like 85. But speeding up there, or should I just stay at 70 until I make those corners? And here, do I speed up and then have the next corner 70 again? It would be a lot more fuel economic if I stayed at 70 until we got through these corners, but it'd be slower too. And it's only a few seconds here, a few seconds there, but at the end of the day, that is an hour. But also at the end of the day, how many dollars of fuel did I burn up too? So the question is, which way do I make more money and which way does the company make more money? Running the fuel economy numbers, I would get a better bonus. My driver's scorecard would be better, so I could get a better bonus there. I got a $200 bonus on the last paycheck. And of course, the company, if I don't run fast and I miss my load, the company doesn't make money there either. So I guess you have to look at a balanced approach. Drive as efficiently as possible while still making your deadlines. Well, it looks like I'll be chaining up on Paulson again, so I'm going to chain up at least once. I didn't have to chain up with fully loaded. It surprised me. As I was coming westbound over the Paulson to the chain up area, I was just kind of reading the road and feeling how the road felt. It felt really good to me. They had just plowed it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going for it, and didn't spin a single time. Just went right up. It's always one of those things. Am I reading the road right? Will I have to chain up? The truck driver right in front of me, Omar. That guy's cleaning his windshield on the inside. His defrost must not be working proper. He wasn't as lucky. He had to chain up. So it's all about how heavy your load is, your tires, the road conditions at the time. He was just running, I guess, about an hour or two in front of me. And he's still in front of me right now. He's probably about half an hour in front of me now. He got unloaded right before me, so. And then, of course, if you take that risk of, like I did, I took the risk of not chaining up. There was no mandatory chain up sign, so. But if I feel confident I can make it up without chaining up, I'm going to go for it. But what if I read it wrong and my confidence is misplaced? Now I'm spun out on the road like he was, in a very dangerous position of cars coming up and foggy and snowstorm. Got to be really careful there too. So it's always a hard thing to judge. The goal is to always chain up before you spin out. See what the road is saying and talking to you, and if you're not confident you can make it up there, pull over, chain up before you spin out. And yeah, I've spun out several times where I didn't read the road right. And then you have to just be very cautious of traffic around you. And Boundary Creek Provincial Park, or BC Park. So yeah, Provincial Park. A BC Park is a provincial park. Silly me. When that snow hits the window, it always wants to smear. I don't know if it's the chemicals they put on the road, or I always have to add a little washer fluid. The rain, snow itself, not a problem, but when rigs come by, that stuff just wants to smear. And you know what, guys? I love my job. Driving in this kind of winter wonderland, it's just so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Even in bad weather. You know what? Even more so in bad weather. Forget how fast that 80 comes up. And I don't know if you guys noticed that sign, please avoid Jake brakes. I ignore all of those signs. With these modern trucks having muffled Jake brakes, the fan of the engine is louder than my Jake brakes. The only time I worry about Jake brakes is there's a couple of cities in Alberta that I've found that Jake brakes are prohibited, and it's several $100 fine. I think might be on one of the past videos last week or so. And then in the US there's some places that Jake brakes are prohibited, period. If I got a ticket for Jake brakes in here, it would be for the fan and not for the Jake brakes. I think I would fight that one in court. Although it might still be excessive noise, the fan might still be meet the excessive noise bylaw, so I don't know. Well, welcome to Greenwood. I love their main street, even though some of the main street facades are fake because of movie shoots. Downtown, they've been able to keep that magic to this town, the old feeling. Yeah, most of the buildings are real, but there's a couple of facades that are fake. Let's set cruise control here before I start speeding, because it's a long straightaway here. That's 50. It's so easy to do a lot faster than 50. On the corner here on the left side is Fort Greenwood. To stop there sometime in the summer and explore the fort. Kind of see the one corner sticking out there. Well guys, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up for old forts. Oh, watch out for that wheel loader. We'll see you guys either later on, or with the weather like this I might not do another bonus video, but we'll see you guys on Monday. Thanks for watching.